Oh, my. Check this out. TikToker hit with death threats after proving Jason Aldean's music video is not real news footage. I didn't bother watching Aldean's stupid video. I don't listen to him. I don't really listen to country. But this is something new. Destinee Stark, who is on TikTok, took Aldean to task after he claimed there isn't a single video clip in his Try That in a Small Town video that isn't real news footage. TikToker Destinee Stark has been fiercely speaking out against the racism present in Jason Aldean's controversial song Try That in a Small Town and debunking the claims he made in defense of it. Her advocacy has led to a barrage of harassment and even death threats from the country singer's fans. Okay, his video came under scrutiny for promoting racism and advocating vigilante justice, which was filmed at the Maury County Courthouse in Tennessee, the site infamous for a historical lynching in 1927. Its content has potential hidden undertones harkening back to the good old days of lynchings, sundown towns, and Jim Crow. Stark proved that several clips within just the first 30 seconds of the video are either fake or taken from events outside the United States. At least 2 clips were stock footage from other countries, one from the May Day Festival in Germany and the other from a commercial video shoot in Bulgaria.
Surrounding outrage about it. He made a lot of different claims in that statement, but I'm going to address just one. He claims that there isn't a single video clip in the entirety of his music video that isn't actual news coverage. I'm here to tell you that that is complete bullshit. In fact, he uses multiple clips in the first 30 seconds of the video that are either fake or didn't even happen in America. See, here's the thing about me. I'm petty, I admit that, but I'm also thorough, and that's a combination that endangers the status quo. But I also have a knack for getting answers to my questions. So here we are, petty and curious with access to the internet. All right, so we're starting off with this scene in the music video. It's a video of someone giving the middle finger to the police. So from the jump,
I can already tell that's not from the United States.
Getting vibes that this video was not American. The first inkling that I had was these very specific helmets that these officers have on. I've never seen American police wear with that like ducktail thing on the back. Maybe they do, I've just never seen them. And then there was just something about the way these street lines were, it just didn't look like it was an American street to me. So then I noticed that this person's bag has some writing on it. You can make out some of the letters and it says Emma and then it has EWIG. So I go to Google and type in those letters, and I discover that it's actually a German movie. And while sure, someone in America could have a bag with German written on it, that would not be unusual. This at least gave me a point of reference that this could possibly be in Germany. So I zoom in a little closer and see that there's an orange building. So I take my ass to Google and I Google Germany, orange building. And I scour through a bunch of photos until I find one that looks very similar to this building. And I find this picture. It's of a Mexican restaurant called Que Pasa. And this picture was actually attached to a review on TripAdvisor. And lucky for me, they gave the location as Kreuzberg district of Berlin. But how could I know for sure if this was the exact building that was in the video? So there are 3 things I want you to pay attention to. First being this green radial artwork. Second being this railing that has red, green, and yellow stripes on it. And third being this outdoor menu that they have on the wall. So in the video, you can see that they have that same green garage door window that has the radial artwork on it. If you zoom in really close, you can see that railing that has the red, green, and yellow stripes on it. And you can also see that they have an outdoor menu on the wall. So at this point, I was pretty convinced that this was likely the location of this video. Just to add a little more fact to the convincing, these street lines are very specific. And it turns out that it's actually part of the crosswalk. American crosswalks don't look like that. But I just need a little more evidence. So I take my ass back to Google and I type in Kreuzberg, Berlin, Germany, middle finger, police. And I discovered that that video is actually from stock video footage that is for sale on stock photo video websites like Shutterstock, Pond5. Now, in Jason Aldean's video, they didn't use the entire clip because that would give it away that it's not in America. In the longer clip that's on the stock websites, you can see that it says Que Pasa on the side of the building. So this is, in fact, the building. So now that we've established that that video is not in America, that it's in Berlin, Germany, I just wanted to take things a step further because why the hell not? At this point, I'm invested. The other thing that was weird to me was no one in this video had any signs or seemed to be chanting or anything like that. And upon doing more research, I find out that this is actually taken from May 1st, 2017 at their May Day festival. So that would kind of explain why there are people standing in the street socializing. This guy over here is drinking beer. They're not at all protesting. So if the consensus of Jason Aldean's video is that he's protecting his small community from rioters and protesters protesting the police, you would think he would actually use footage that was actually from America. You know, it'd be kind of difficult to protect your small town in the middle of America from a festival taking place in Berlin, Germany. So, just to shine a light on that propaganda, let's get to the next part, which is a clip of this person lighting a Molotov.
Oh my God. You know, and it would be so easy, so freaking easy for these assholes to take footage from any of the protests that have gone on in this country, especially in recent years. Although, I don't know, what do you think the reason is? They wouldn't want to look for actual protest photos from the United States. Is it laziness? Is it stupidity? Well, we know that's a big part of it. Maybe it's because the things that people really protest over, protests that actually involve thousands upon thousands of people filling the streets, are protests for things like, we don't want racism. We don't want cops murdering people. We want better pay. We want more safety on the job. We want more equality. We don't like billionaires. We are angry that another child was shot in the back 50,000 times by some dipshit cop. You know, inequalities, grievances, legitimate problems people in this country, that's real Americans, have with the way shit's going down in this country. That's where the real protests take place. That's what real protesting is about. And if he didn't want to make light of these things, he wanted to stoke fires in the hearts and minds of all his maggot followers and supporters and real Americans that live in small towns and hate all that kind of stuff. Well, you know, they could have used J6 riot photos. They could have been overtly racist. They could have done a number of things that point to people that he's trying to demonize when he sings this stupid ass song. No, they didn't even bother looking for protest shots from the United States. It's like they just Googled random protest, or not even protest shots, and just stuck it in this video. And she essentially proved it.
Cocktail. Now, I get the vibe that Jason Aldean's creative team was going for here. It was to instill fear that protesters and rioters are going to burn all of your cities to the ground. But this footage is not even real news footage. The first dead giveaway was just how cinematic and beautiful the actual filmed footage of this was. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if this was actually happening and people were throwing Molotov cocktails, who would have the time to film this video without there being like people in the back or police attacking them or whatever? Yeah, that's because this is not real. This is not real news footage. And I'm going to show you how I figured that out. So I took a screenshot of this part of the music video, brought it over to Google Image Search. I fucking love technology, by the way, because literally it was the second video. Look at that. It's from the stock footage website. So let's just go and find this footage, shall we? Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Keep going, keep going. Still not it. Still not it. Oh, what have we here? Look at that. Stock footage from Clever Arts. And look at that. Look at that beautiful stock footage. But that's not all.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Holy shit. They literally just went through Google stock photos, stock video clips, so he can bitch about how much he hates the majority in this country. Which is true, of course. The majority of your nation lives in the cities. Like 82% of this country lives in the cities. And then the outlying suburbs. Less than 20% of this nation lives in your small American towns. So, pulling this country bullshit music crap on a nation is whining as a minority. That's what you are. When you try to say small town folk are real Americans and the rest of us are not. But wait, there's more.
To find that Clever Arts stock has multiple videos from this very commercial shoot. That's right, folks. That footage is not from a protest. It is from a controlled commercial video shoot, for the sole purpose of being stock footage that Jason Aldean is using in his video to instill fear in already riled up Americans. And the best part, they didn't even shoot this footage in America. Nope, this company is from Bulgaria. More specifically, I'm probably going to butcher this, but they're from Plovdiv, Bulgaria. So there's some facts for you. So when he claims that not a single video clip in that entire music video isn't real news footage, he's lying. Because less than 30 seconds in, I've already found two. And neither of them were from America. And also, if you still think that that song and music video don't have racist undertones to it, this is just a reminder that he shot in front of the Maury County Courthouse, which was the site of a lynching in 1927, and also a race riot in 1946. So there's that. But yeah, God bless the US. I haven't made it through the entire music video yet, but I already have thoughts on how the footage that is from America in his music video, how it's used in a way that is exaggerated. Like, for example, this is footage from New York City, I believe, and the footage that they use is kind of like a close-up of this dumpster fire or whatever this is, and there's people running around here on this crosswalk. And they leave a lot to the imagination of what's outside of this border here. Because from looking at this, you would think, oh my gosh, that city is probably completely burned to the ground. There's probably buildings on fire and cars turned over and all kinds of shit, right? Well, that's not exactly the case, because I found the stock footage and a further out aerial view, and as you can see, there are no buildings on fire. There's really not even that many people here, and there is a single dumpster fire happening. I've seen crowds do worse things celebrating a sports event.
You're right, girl. Oh my God, I love her. Destinee Stark on TikTok. Good job. I may be petty, but I'm thorough and petty. Girl, you are not petty whatsoever. You are not petty when this song has reached #1 because there are millions and millions of dickheads out there that watched that video and went, yeah, America! We hate all them city folk. We hate all them minorities and them non-white people and them libtards and all of them liberal pussies, snowflakes that just they do nothing. They're gonna ruin everything about this country. They're gonna ruin everything about my way of life. He's the minority. Small towns are the minority. And there is nothing petty about the work that she did. She did closer, better work seeking out this footage than the team working on his video did, because she instantaneously called it out, found out within seconds, really, what they were trying to go for. She called out how they're just using randomness from stock footage on the web to stoke the flames of hatred, divisiveness, racism, just everything horrible about the most horrible among us in this country. And I think she deserves a big round of applause. All I've done is point out racist undertones of a song. I've gotten dozens of death threats, slandered and accused of fraud, been doxxed, and have had the most vile shit said to me by Aldean's fans. If he doesn't stand against racism, maybe he should at least stand against this. We all know what he meant with that song, and it ain't good. Hear, hear. Absolutely right. And how fucking dumber can these people get? Yeah, let's go after her. Let's jump on her like a pack of wild dogs because we're innocent. Because we have nothing to worry about. Because that's not what he was trying to do at all. Because she's lying. No, she definitely did something right. This is a clear-cut case, and it doesn't come around all the time, but this is one of those instances in which she did so right, everybody's in a mad dash to try to prove her wrong. And when I say everybody, of course, I don't mean everybody. I mean fans of this chode and his stupid fucking song. This is what they do. Hey, if she's wrong, then do what she did. It shouldn't take very long at all. Do what she did and prove her wrong. They're not going to prove her wrong because they know she's not wrong. So they're going to try to dox her instead. They're going to send her death threats instead. This is how fucking insane these people are. This is what we're dealing with in this country. And it's pathetic. I am absolutely sick of it. I'm tired of it. I hope she makes it clear that it all goes both ways. I hope this woman ends up filing suit against a few people when this is all done. Oh boy. Pretty sure Ron DeSantis's heels are a violation of Florida's drag ban. Anyone else get the feeling Ron wants to ride a miniature pony everywhere that he goes? Well, you're right. You know, heels on men are supposed to be against your drag law. Oh no. Well, who didn't see this coming? Ice Cube lends his voice to the right wing media. If you would have told people in the late 80s that the man who made Fuck the Police would be cozied up with right wing pundits in 2023, they would have called you a crackhead. I knew it ever since he started making family movies. And wasn't Ice-T playing a cop on a crime TV show? One of those straight up propaganda shows? Maybe it's because they're older. Maybe it's because they've lived with a lot of money for too long and it's kind of gotten to them, which is what I think kind of got to Bill Maher. Leprosy, as if Florida wasn't bad enough already. Rising evidence is pointing to the possibility that leprosy has become endemic in the southeastern U.S., with Florida being named among the top reported states. Fucking leprosy is coming back, and it's been most prominently discovered in Florida. You know, when people talk about how the conservative right wing wants to bring us right back to the Stone Age, they're not kidding. They're not kidding. It's far, far further back than the 50s, which is where they want to take us. People have fucking leprosy. Guy attending his 59th Trump rally yesterday says it's his birthday, and he's hoping Trump wishes him happy birthday during his speech. I wonder how disappointed he's going to be, or what he's going to do when he becomes very disappointed. I believe Trump charges $10K for that, and then walk out without acknowledging who you were. My favorite was when Diamond or Silk died and he pretended they'd never met. And the other was still defending Trump, like your sister just died. He could not care less. Cult, people. A cult. Trying to drag us back into the Stone Age. Mentally. As well as medically, domestically. It's everything. In his grifting letters he sent out for money, they literally went, "Hi, this is Don Jr. We were eating dinner and my dad, President Trump, stopped mid-meal and said, 'Have we received a donation from insert person's first name?' I really hope insert name is okay. I think of insert name often, and we can't save America without them." It was so sad that people believe that A, Trump thinks of them personally and often, and B, he knows them all by name. Truly cult 101 shit. I'm somehow on their email chain, and almost every email is like that, personalized to a comical degree. Wait, is this for real? Do other candidates write similar letters? I don't know, but you know who does? Car dealerships, credit card companies, local businesses in your Valpak blue envelope that you take out of your mailbox that wants you to know that they're thinking about you and your gutters. And it's 25% off of re-siding and gutter cleaning and car detailing. That's what these people are falling for. When they fall for this personalized shit. I don't know how these people have survived this long on the right. I really don't. I ain't even gonna read any more of this shit. The X logo has officially been placed on the former Twitter building. Supervillain lair confirmed. Woman at Trump rally in Pennsylvania today asked why she supports Trump. These other people on both sides, they're in it for themselves, for their pocketbooks, for their power. Trump isn't one of them. Don't persecute him for his opinions. These people are batshit crazy. Crazy. The lowest common denominator is amazingly low. How in the holy hell would you try to reason with someone that's out of touch? You can't. Yes, thank you, Senator Pardek. You can't. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You have got to just treat people like these like you would a little dog. They have to be bopped on the nose and told, no. You have to remember that you have something mentally and emotionally that they don't, that they lack. You don't have to be abusive. You don't have to mistreat. You just have to kind of keep in your mind, in the back of your mind at all times, that you're not dealing with somebody who's right in the head. So you have to make sure that they're given limits. Do you understand? Otherwise, this shit happens. I wish Democrats were willing to go nuclear more often. When Republicans go low, go lower. Not necessarily go lower, but hell, I keep saying if I fucking ruled things in this country, everything would be an ultimatum. That dog that you've got to bop on the nose. I'm not interested in hearing bullshit. I'm not going to argue with people who are illogical. I'm not going to waste a single moment of my time trying to get through to people who cannot be helped. Like they were saying about Biden. The right is so worried about all this stupid bullshit. Meanwhile, Biden's trying to help Americans. And that's what you gotta do. You know, when he said, Marjorie Taylor who? Who? Hell, they go so low so often. You can do it, but do it in a proper way. Just ignore everything from them. You're going to do what you know is right. And you do not tolerate anything from people like these. That's what I know, that's probably what this guy meant, but Biden is ruining the economy. And how exactly is attacking LGBTQ community fixing the economy? God, I want to punch the face of this fucking loser guy drawing. It's a perfect drawing for the meme. Okay. Why did Elon change the name of Twitter to X? Is he stupid? Uh, well, more than likely. Wow. What? Okay. Uh, Super victim. Actually, I think that's the perfect superhero costume for Trump. It's the best one for him. Matt Gates, like underage girl. Ha ha ha. So Matt Gates wasn't harmed? God, stop showing that damn Cardi B video. No Steve Irwin. When nearly half of all Americans cannot afford a $400 emergency expense, it is, I think it's more than half by now, J. Paul. It's unacceptable that we continue to pass tax cuts for the rich and pour more money into a bloated Pentagon budget. We are not a country that suffers from scarcity, we suffer from greed. Well, thanks for stating the obvious. Oh, the globalists are going to have a meltdown over Trump's massive rally in Erie, Pennsylvania tonight. That's wild since it was inside. Ha ha! Ah. Aw. Nazi nerds in the park. Reminder, it was never about freedom to not wear a mask. Yup, all of these white supremacists and Nazi fucks sure have no problem whatsoever with masks. And it's because that tiki torch photo came out. And all of those assholes ended up getting fired, losing their relationships, their jobs, their fucking money, everything they had. Now they all make sure to wear masks when they go out. And that's one thing that I would really like to see. The people that do go out and they try to fuck with these guys by like taking their flags and ripping their signs and their flags and their flagpoles and all that shit, try pulling off their fucking masks. Pull off the mask and get them right there on camera. And then post that shit online. That they'll really, really care about. Trump to our president, dumb son of a bitch. Trump to the Chinese dictator, brilliant man, top of the line. Trump on war criminal Putin, genius, misspelled, very savvy. Trump on Kim Jong, fat boy, very honorable. Donald Trump is not an American patriot. I don't think he really doesn't give a fuck about President Biden or what he is or isn't doing to the country. What he's angry about is that he is not the president. People have said before, he loves dictators. He loves President Xi of China. He loves Putin. He loves Kim Jong-un, North Korean dictator. He loves all the worst leaders in this country. He doesn't like Biden because he wants to be one of those horrible leaders. He wants to be in Biden's position. And I'll bet if he had his way, he would be hobnobbing with all of them at Mar-a-Lardo if they'd all come so they can pal it around about how good it feels to just feel or be, for all intents and purposes, king of the world. It's not about the people. It's not about helping America. He just wants to belong to the club of powerful people that aren't going to tell him what a fucking little bitch he is. Barack Obama's friend and chef drowned to death on his property just a few days ago. Here he is grieving at the Church of the Sacred Fairway. Trump buried his ex-wife on his golf course after she fell down the stairs. Yep, you know, the only time the conservative right actually cares about black lives, right? You know, since that whole birth certificate, birther bullshit never panned out for them, didn't get anything done. He was still the president. He still did his thing. He still didn't give a shit about what they were saying. That didn't work out. So maybe this will. Just sit back and enjoy your popcorn, watching the clowns in DC run this circus of a country. It was Hillary. She secretly trained as a Navy SEAL. It was a covert assassination. From what I found, the guy died while paddleboarding outside of Obama's home. Obama and his family weren't even there, and it was witnessed by some guy who called 911. Now, of course, they're claiming that Obama killed him. That's probably something they would do. You know, if Trump lived in that mansion, he'd probably be dumb enough to have somebody he didn't like rubbed out while paddleboarding next door to his home. Again, these people are morons. Don't give them any ideas. They'll run with this shit like there's no tomorrow. They're already doing it. I'm sure this video evidence is on Biden's laptop. Well, if Obama didn't kill him, then why isn't he digging the grave and building the coffin? Seems totally guilty to me. To a shocking amount of Republicans, any death of anything to anyone who is remotely tied to a major Democrat has to be a contract killing. Exhausting to have to hear these idiots go on about shit like this every damn day. My personal favorite was the Clinton death list, where basically anyone who had worked for Arkansas state government who died when Bill Clinton was governor was killed by the Clintons. Even funnier when the kooks put a similar Obama death list out and claimed Obama killed some guy that they already said Clinton killed decades earlier. That is so Republican. An adrenochrome orgy. There's no use trying to make sense of the politics right now. If a shit show had a stillborn child, the state of U.S. politics is what it would look like. Ha ha. I didn't care about politics. I decided then and there I didn't want anything to do with a political party that's so overwhelmingly stupid. Stupid and transparent. The try-hard is very great with them. Democrats aren't saints, but when the option is between a Republican or a Democrat, it's about not voting for the Republican. Oh me, oh my, some bruised up fingers with bandages specifically for golfing are surely a telltale sign of murder. Oh, the family of Ron Goldman, did you know, got awarded the rights to the book If I Did It to help repay for the money OJ owes them. So they reprinted the book and made the if extremely tiny and dark red inside the I, which was printed in black. So unless you actually look close, The book is now called I Did It. Oh, I want to see it. I think I saw this once before. Yup, I did it. Confessions of the Killer. And there's the little tiny if. A dark blood red if inside the I. This far away, it just says I did it. Ha ha! Oh, those Goldmans. And the writer that co-authored the book with OJ is 100% convinced that he did it. Ugh. He's wearing tape on his fingers as some golfers do to prevent excess rubbing. These photos are posted all over the place, and none of the captions mention the fact that tape on the fingers prevents blisters when playing golf. Why are they zoomed in on the band-aids? They think that they're showing you the injuries he got while drowning him. Oh, so Obama killed him personally, huh? You know that because he's a former president, he is entitled to a Secret Service detail for life? He and his family? How the hell would he be able to go next door and just drown a guy on public property? See, these people are nuts. These people are insane. Absolutely insane. I'm sick of it, and I'm out. World War Z later.